Good morning. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Chief. I hope everybody is having a great morning. Get ready to drink me some coffee. But I'm gonna share something with you guys. An interaction I had on here on the inner comment sections. People are crashing out. People are crashing out. Poor reading comprehension and talking in circles. Okay, I'm gonna read something to y'all. Interaction I had. All right, but before I do that, let me do this. Before I do that, let me do this real quick.
We'll take it under advisement. Mr. Mayor, Chief, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, with that said, I'm gonna read something to y'all real quick. Okay. All right. I made a statement. I said that this is what I said. I said, look, when a person keeps showing you who they are, you believe them the first time. Okay. Whether it be somebody trying to bully you, abuse you, take advantage of you, wanting to keep borrowing money from you, like you're an ATM machine, something I don't do. And I told a guy, I said, you got to be careful of the inner circle too. Your inner circle can be your own worst enemies. The people you talk to and you get in their face and smile are the ones that's going and telling other people shit. A lot of the times, who you think are your friends are not your friends. Everybody that looks like you is not your people. Okay? You have to cut off people that they ain't no fucking good. Okay? People hurting other people. Okay, a spouse abuse, domestic violence, child abuse, stealing from others. You know, you don't keep giving people your money. You got to live. You have bills. Okay, all right. I'm just using that as an example. A child molester. Somebody, pedophilia. I couldn't do that because it's not in me. It's not in me. And I tried to explain that to this dude, and he's talking in circles. Okay, he said the problem is, and his spelling is terrible. He said the problem is we're seeing problems in others. That's easy. No one is perfect. And I stopped him there. I said, dude, it has nothing to do with being perfect. It has nothing to do with being perfect. What am I saying to you that you cannot comprehend? Okay, I'm gonna give y'all another example. I legally own handguns. I'm not gonna take a loaded handgun, take my gun, and go and commit armed robbery, go in the bank and stick that gun up to them and say, give me the money. That's not in me. I would never do that. I would eat out of a garbage can before I go into a bank institution and commit armed robbery. That's not in me. It's not in me to do that. And he just don't get it. He don't get it. He don't get it. He don't get this dude, and then he's talking in circles, and I'm shaking my head. I'm like, what is wrong with people? And he's talking about it's easy to see problem in others. Yeah, I have two eyes. I have an ear and an ear. Okay. I have a mouth. I have a nose. Your sight, your hearing, your sense of taste, your sense of smell. What do you see? What do you smell, ladies and gentlemen? You understand my point? You only can you're commenting. You're making a statement or making a comment or making a judgment about what you just witnessed. And then he says, okay, he says the problem is we're seeing problems in others. That's easy. No, it's not. No one is perfect. Again, what are you talking about, man? Even if what you're saying is right, if we asked him to change, we should also change. Now make that make sense. Make that make sense. What do you have to change if you ain't doing nothing wrong? Let me pause for a minute. Do y'all understand my point? This dude was nuts. This dude was nuts. He said no one is perfect, even if what you're saying is right. If we're asking him to change, we should also change. You don't have to change shit. You ain't the problem. You ain't the problem. And I'm like, what is this dude talking about? What is he talking about? And then it says, don't have any bad sides. Don't have any bad sides. Maybe we are better from him in some aspects, as you mentioned, and he is better from us and others. Wait a minute, man. What? Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. This guy, he made no sense. That makes no sense. Think about that. Think about that. If someone, okay, I'll give you another example. Someone that abuses animals. Okay, you see a guy kick the shit out of a dog. That ain't in me. I wouldn't kick a dog like that unless it was trying to bite me. A self-defense thing, but to just go over to a dog and start kicking him? What am I gonna change? This dude is crazy. People, bro, ladies and gentlemen, people are crashing out. He doesn't understand. He doesn't understand the fact that when you have to walk away from somebody and don't ever have anything to do with them again because if they are no good person, he's saying that somehow I'm wrong. I gotta let this dude keep coming back. I gotta let this dude keep coming back and treating me like shit. Is that what he's saying? So this is what I replied to. Okay, I said again, this is what he wrote. I don't know what this guy talking about. The problem is we're seeing problems in others. The problem is we're seeing problems in others. I don't understand that. I have a problem because I see a problem in the person that's doing some fucked up shit. So it's now, but I'm the problem. Somehow I'm the problem. Make that make sense, y'all. The problem is we're seeing problems in others that's easy. No one is perfect. Again, what the fuck is he talking about? Even if what you're saying is right. Now he contradicting himself. even if what you're saying is right, if we're asking him to change, we should also change. What? What? What is this guy talking about? What is this guy talking about? And this was my response to them. I said no. I said no. I said no. Nope. What I'm saying in others is some diabolical shit. What I'm going to change, I told him, why am I going to change when I'm not the problem? Why? This is why I don't have a lot of friends and I don't want any inner circles. Your inner circle are the ones that will get you killed. Those are facts. When you show me who you are the first time, I will believe you and I will show you out the door to go the fuck away and don't ever come back. That I always live that way. What you screwing me over? No, you ain't a no. I'm done with you. Leave me alone, and I leave you alone. That's the end of it. That's the end of it. I'm gonna give y'all another example. Okay? Okay. If I'm a cook, right? Say I'm a cook. And I work in a prison. I'm working for the state of Maryland. I'm just using this as an example. Say if I'm in a kitchen at a correctional facility. You have inmates that gotta be fed, okay? And I'm a cook. And because I don't like you, I'm gonna fuck with your food. Don't you think that that's some diabolical shit if I was to do something like that? To fuck with this man's food? To fuck with somebody? Think about that. That's some diabolical shit. And put it in his food. Don't y'all think that's some low down diabolical shit to really to fuck with somebody's food like that? That's not in me. I would never put nothing in that man's food or to spit in that man's food. I wouldn't, even if I hated his guts, I would never do that because that's not in me. That's what I'm trying to explain to this dude. That's not in me. I would never fuck with somebody's food, even if I hated him. I would feed him. Now I might punch him in his mouth. I might hit him in his mouth, slap the shit out of him. We'll get into it, and I'll open hand him. I slap the fuck out of him, or kick his fucking ass. But I'm not gonna put nothing in his food. I'll beat his ass and still feed him. But to fuck with somebody's food, that's not in me. And that's what I tried to explain to him. People, you can't put everybody in the same box. There's some terrible stuff out here I see people doing I would never do because that's not in me. I'm going to go carjack somebody. Armed carjacking. Pull a lady out of her car, take her car. I would never do that. That's not in me. And that's what I tried to explain to him. I'm like, what are you talking about, man? And then that's what I told him. I said, once you show me who you are the first time, I'm done with you, bro. I ain't gonna keep fucking with you. And then he says everyone has diabolical shit plus other good aspects. That was not the point of the comment. Everybody has diabolical shit. No, they don't. No, they don't. That is not true. That is false. I gave him 3 examples. I gave him 4 examples of domestic violence. That's not in me. That's not in me. It's certain things. It's certain lines I don't cross. I have more my moral compass. It's a certain line I'm not crossing. And he said, no, he's basically saying everybody will. No, they won't, dude. No, they won't. If you only focus, then he says, if you focus only on the bad stuff in everyone, you will see all people are wrong and bad. That was not the point. That was not the point of the subject. He acts like it's a uh uh what can I say uh like it's child's play, like words, like a words. You say, hey, you make me sick, and then you walk away, okay, or something trivial. You take a pencil off my table and don't bring it back. I'm not gonna go bust you in your fucking face. I'm not gonna go bust you in your face. I might ask for it back. I'm like, man, can I please have my pencil back? I need it. Please. I would be respectful about it. I'm not gonna go bust you in the fucking face or put a shank in you because you took a pencil. It's just like the prison system. They kill each other over food. Some guy took his sweets off his place, and the other inmate stabbed the man to death. He stabbed the man to death over a Hostess Twinkie. That's some diabolical shit. And this idiot, he's saying, well, everybody does that. No, they don't, man. Sure, I could be evil if I want to let that out and act upon it. Your thoughts, it starts in your heart and then in your mind. Your feelings is here and then it goes here. I don't think it's here and here. What you feel, your heart, if you got a cold heart and it go here, and you're gonna act upon it. I can think of something terrible to do to somebody, but then my brain tell me, don't do it. See? I didn't act upon the evil deed that I was going to do. I was about to F somebody up. But then I thought about it. I stopped and thought about it. And I was like, you know what? Let me just let that go because that ain't who I am. He won't get another one. See, that's how I handle the situation. I ain't go and take a kitchen knife and stick it in this man over something trivial. This fool, he's saying everybody would do it. And I'm like, what? I was like, man, look, I told him, I'm done with you, Holmes, because you talking in circles. You're talking in circles. And then he's saying we have to accept that we're not saints. Whoever said that I never claimed to be a saint. So and what he's what he's saying, it was so off the scale. It was so off the rails. I'm like, you know what? This guy's high. This dude is trolling me. This dude is fucking trolling me. And then he says, it's better to accept we're not saints, yet we're not devils. And then he can't even type properly. We are somewhere in between. And are you not the problem in many things? And I'm looking at this and I'm like, what is this dude? What is this idiot talking about? Then he says, if you're searching for perfection, you won't find it in anyone or anything. Ain't nobody say nothing about no perfection. This dude is nuts. This dude is nuts. And then I'm sitting there, I'm like, this motherfucker trolling me. This motherfucker is trolling me. And so I said, you know what, bro? I'm done with you. I said, cause I said, you know what? Not everyone will do some diabolical shit. That is not true. I'm talking about hurting other people, felony hurting other people. Because you have black people, you could be black, you could be white. Everybody that looks like you ain't your people. And then I told him, I said, you can't go by looks, you can't go by race, you go by what's in a person's heart. To hurt somebody like that, it's not in everybody. That's why you have prisons. And I told him, I said, look, dude, I'm done with you because you ain't making no sense. You talking in circles. You talking in circles. I gave him an example about the food. About, the food. I would never do that to somebody. I feed him. I might hit him in his damn mouth, but I wouldn't do nothing to his food. That's not in me. He's saying, no, it is. I said, well, why didn't I act upon it? See, people, man, are crashing out. And, they have what they call it, uh, Jodi Arias. The killer Jodi Arias had that mindset. She had that mindset. Killed the man, and then went to his funeral. And then asked about a check. He was going to give her some money. She asked him about a check. And she done killed this man and went to the man's funeral. This world is wicked. And and man, let me tell you, you got to be strong. You got to be strong dealing with people. But yeah, this guy, y'all, I'm going to get off of here now, but this guy was crazy. This guy said, you know what? I'm dealing with he's a twisted individual. For you he's just all over the place. And I said, look, bro, I'm done with you. I'm done. All right. Let me get on off of here. But I just wanted to share that with y'all.